The iPhone SE 2020 was released back in, you guessed it, 2020, and it was a big hit among budget-conscious consumers. It's an iPhone that packs in a lot of features at a lower price point. Lower in quotation marks. But now that it's 2023, is it still worth buying? Let's start by looking at some of the features of the SE 2020. It has a 4.7-inch Retina HD display, an A13 Bionic chip, and a 12-megapixel camera. It also has a home button with Touch ID, which is something that many people still prefer over the newer Face ID technology. One of the biggest advantages of the iPhone SE 2020 is its price. It's significantly cheaper than these latest iPhones, making it a great option for people who want an iPhone but don't want to break the bank. But what about its performance? The A13 Bionic chip in the SE is the same chip that's used in the iPhone 11, which is still a very capable phone. So in terms of performance, the iPhone SE 2020 is still a very good option. But now, let's talk about some of the drawbacks of the iPhone SE 2020. For starters, it doesn't have some of the newer features that are available on the more expensive iPhones. For example, it doesn't have a larger display, multiple cameras, or 5G connectivity. Another thing to consider is that the SE is already a few years old, which means it may not receive software updates for as long as some of the newer iPhones. While Apple generally supports its devices with software updates for a few years, it's possible that the iPhone SE 2020 may not receive updates for as long as the latest iPhones. So, should you buy the iPhone SE 2020 in 2023? Ultimately, the answer depends on your needs and budget. If you're someone who values affordability and doesn't need the latest and greatest technology, then it might still be a good option for you. Or if you're a person who just buys an iPhone for its Apple logo, then feel free to do so. But if you're someone who wants the latest and greatest technology and doesn't mind spending more money, then you might want to look at some of the newer iPhones instead. The iPhone 14, for example, offers all of the latest features and technologies, but it comes with a higher price tag. You could also just wait for about 2 months for the launch of the iPhone 15 series. One thing to keep in mind is that if you do decide to buy the iPhone SE 2020, you may want to consider buying it refurbished. Refurbished phones are often significantly cheaper than new phones, but they've been tested and certified to work like new. Just make sure you buy from a reputable seller who you can trust. In conclusion, the iPhone SE 2020 is still a good option for people who want an iPhone but don't want to spend a lot of money. Its performance is still very good and it's significantly cheaper than the latest iPhones. Personally though, I'd recommend getting an iPhone 12 mini refurbished. It will come at around the same price tag but will have better performance, a comparatively larger screen in a smaller footprint, Face ID, slightly better battery life because of the more efficient chip, 5G compatibility, and 1 year more of software updates. You can watch my iPhone 11 review here if you want to check it out as an option too.